What's up guys, and welcome back once again to Asus Reviews Tech. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I apologise for my voice, but let's get on with this anyway. Today I'm checking out a brand new cooler from Be Quiet, so massive thank you to them. This is the Be Quiet Silent Loop 3, so it's their new AIO cooler. It comes in, I believe, 240, 360 and 420, so it comes, obviously they've gone up a size. I don't think the old ones did come in a 420, so now they've upped to that, which is obviously three 140mm fans. I've got the 360 version, so 320mm fans. This is it. As you can see, new design, new pump block design, like RGB and stuff, and no RGB on the fans. I do believe they're going to do an FX version of this, I think, which will have RGB fans on it, or maybe an LX version, I'm not sure, but this is the one without them. So we're going to take a look at this, I'll unbox it, see what you get, go through the specs on the box and things like that. Obviously I'll give you links in the description below. And we're going to stick it on my test system, which is the 7900X, and we're going to see how well it performs. So let's get into the unboxing and see how we get on. Right, so this is the Silent Loop 3, this is the 360mm as I mentioned in the beginning. Obviously you can see they've just changed the design up on this. Please excuse the background, dumble dry and stuff like that. It's basically a mess in here. I'm still in the process of getting it all ready, but that's what we've got for now. But obviously you can see the product anyway. So Silent Loop 3, 360mm by Be Quiet. And as you can see, we've got RGB on the pump block here. Obviously we'll have a look at that in a second. Let's first talk about the specifications. Hopefully you can read some of these, but I'll read them out anyway. It's all about the Be Quiet up there. So we've got the cooling block boasts 1800mm squared of fin area, which is 2 times compared to many other AIOs in its class. So obviously that means more contact with the CPU itself, and hopefully more surface area means better cooling. We'll see how well it cools, hopefully. We've got the Silent Loop 3 360 features 3 of the Silent Wings 4 fans, so 3 of their newer fans, Silent Wings 4 120mm PWM high speed fans, so it should be absolutely fantastic for static pressure, which is obviously what a radiator needs. Other than that, this bit here, a powerful PWM pump with 3-chamber design ensures very high performance of Silent Loop 3 360 and is whisper quiet at the same time. And then we've got the cooling blocks design is iconic and unmistakable. As you can see, it's got sort of nice RGB lines in this. So that's all to talk about on the box. Let's get it unboxed, have a look what you get, have a quick look over the actual thing itself, and obviously you can see basically what it looks like. Right, so here we've got it out of the box. Nice simple packaging, as is standard with Be Quiet. So 3 of these fans, these are the Silent Wings 3 fans. These are absolutely amazing high quality. I believe I've reviewed these before. Really high quality fans, really heavy, feel just amazingly made, really strong, robust fans. Nice understated design as well, just black. So if you're doing a non or minimal RGB sort of build, then this could be quite a nice one for you. Obviously Be Quiet label in the middle. And we've got PWM obviously on the top there as well. No pass through again. I'm not sure, this is something Be Quiet seem to do with all of theirs. I'm not sure why they never do a pass through on their PWMs, but it is what it is. And that's the fan there. Obviously, like I say, you get 3 of those. No point in showing you all 3 of them, and they're exactly the same. User manual for Be Quiet is always very, very good. Nice illustrations and everything like that. They're always helping you out. Accessories box. One thing they do give you though in the accessories box is a PWM splitter, so you can use them all off one header, which is nice, so at least they include that. Let's just have a quick look in here at the applicable sockets. I believe it's going to be standard, so AMD, AM4 and AM5, yeah, no further back than that. Threadripper, yeah. So Intel, we've got LGA 1851, 1700, 1200, 1150, 1151, 1155, so pretty much all the Intels, and AMD, AM4, AM5. Little warranty card there, and then let's have a look at the thing itself. Also, as Be Quiet started doing a while back, they include some fluid if you want to top it up over time. Obviously, they do lose fluid over the years, so Be Quiet will basically give you a way to change that. So this is the radiator here, plain black radiator, obviously aluminium. You can see the fin density there. It's a standard 28mm thick radiator, I believe, or 30mm thick. So nothing really much to talk about there. However, it is, one thing I do like is there's no branding on this. so it's not going to stick out or anything like that, which is quite nice. I quite like that. Quickly moving on, we've got braided tubes. Hopefully that can focus in. Braided tubes on there, and then moving around to the pump block. As you can see, we've got Be Quiet branding in the middle here, and this is your RGB strips that go down there with this sort of nice grill pattern on there. Looks really, really nice. 3-pin 5V ARGB, and then a single PWM for power for the pump. So no SATA or anything like that needed, no USB power needed or anything like that. And that's about it really. There's your cold plate. As you can see, it's a rectangle shaped cold plate, so it's going to fit. Obviously AMD is a square, but the new Intels are rectangle, and obviously it's meant for Threadripper as well, so it should cover a bigger area on there. So this should be an absolute dream to work with. So that's about it really. Let's get it installed, and we'll see how well it performs. Right, so we've got it installed now, and as you can see, we've got the Silent Wings 4 fans on the radiator on the side here. Obviously this is my wall mounted build, so it's a bit of a weird build. It's going to be a lot different to what you guys will be using probably. If you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch it and have a look at what I did here. Obviously it's got no covers on at the moment. I'm going to give it just raw performance just for the cooler itself. As you can see, we've got the tubes at the bottom there, and then we've got all the fans there and on the radiator. Don't worry, the top of the radiator is higher than the pump, so it won't be an issue in terms of air bubbles. And then moving over to the pump block, as you can see, the RGB looks absolutely fantastic on it. Unfortunately, I've got the Be Quiet logo upside down, again because of my setup. That's the way I've had to run the tubes. Whether it is possible to turn it upside down, I don't know. I'll have to have a look in the manual and put that in the comment, in a pinned comment or something like that. But that's why my tubes are really, really tightly bent around there. Hopefully it won't be an issue, but so far it doesn't seem like there's an issue. One thing I will say whilst we're here is this is deadly silent. I'm not sure what speed the fans are running at. They're not at full speed or anything, but just have a listen. So obviously that's where the pump is, and you can't hear it. It's ridiculous. This has to be the most silent AIO I've ever heard, especially on the pump sort of side of things anyway. It sounds like it's not even on. But obviously, as you can see, it is. Like I say, the fans aren't up at full speed. It will get a bit louder, but I'll show you that in a bit. So that's it. Let's get into the sort of testing and see how well it performs. Just while I'm waiting for a few things to update before I start my cinebench runs, I just want to show you the idle temperatures. It did spike a little bit there. It is updating, but like I say, as you can see, minimum 29 and 19 on package and CPU core respectively, and it's barely running. Like I say, I can't even hear it, so it's definitely not at full speed. But yeah, it's really, really quiet and really, really cool at the moment. As you can see, look, it's come down to 30 and 20 there. So it's doing a really good job at idle. It is only 9 degrees in here. It's a really cold room, but still, it's doing a very good job of. Just idle temperatures seem fantastic so far, and it's yeah, I can't even hear the thing run. Right, so we're just coming up to nearly 5 minutes, or 6 minutes, so 4 minutes gone pretty much of Cinebench R23 testing. I've not switched up to the new Cinebench yet, so I'm still using this one at the moment. And as you can see, our temperatures are basically sat at 76 and 65, 77 maximum, 66 on the CPU, an average of 74 and 64, so doing very, very well. It is at full speed now. Let me just put the microphone so you can have a quick listen to what it sounds like now. As you can hear, obviously it is louder, but it's still not particularly loud at all for 100% fan speed. Obviously you're not going to be running at that all the time anyway. This is just basically worst case scenario sort of testing to see how well it performs. If you come down to here, you can see that although it doesn't probably seem that cool, it is a good temperature definitely, but we are literally hitting 5.25, 5.275 on most of the cores and 5.175 on the rest of them, so we are really boosting quite high as well on this 7900X. So I'm going to let it run for the rest of the test, and then basically I'll run another test at 50% and see how it gets on, and obviously I'll report any changes in the temperature throughout the whole test. Right, so we're now about halfway through our Cinebench test, and we're running these fans now at 50%, and it is pretty much inaudible. It's so quiet. So let's have a quick look at the temperatures and how they're doing. As you can see here, we've got CPU package at 80 and CPU, apologies for the focus. CPU package at 8081, CPU at 6970, the maximum is 81 and 70, average of 77 and 66, and obviously minimum doesn't really matter. So still doing an okay job. Let's just have a quick look at those boosts. We have throttled down a little bit, so at 5.2, 5.225, 5.125 and 5.1, so not a lot at all, and we're still getting decent temperatures, obviously still decent decent boosts, and decent temperatures as well, so it just goes to show that this cooler is doing a fantastic job. It's really, really good. It's even at half the speed it can go. We're still getting respectable temperatures that won't be an issue at all, especially if you're using this for gaming. You're not going to get these sort of temperatures normally. So I just wanted to show you that so you can see how well it performs. I'll continue running the test, like I say in the conclusion at the end, I will talk about if it changed much at all, if at all. But yeah, so far so good. Let's go and do the conclusion. So there we have it, guys, the Be Quiet Silent Loop 3 360mm edition, with the new style RGB pump top on it, and obviously the Pure Wings 4 fans, doing an absolute amazing, Silent Wings 4 I believe, doing an absolutely amazing job. Like I say, I ran at 100% as you saw at the start, and getting very, very good temperatures and very good boosts, up to almost 5.3 gigahertz on half of the cores. 5.1, 5.2 sort of on the others, so doing absolutely fantastic, and only hitting like 76 degrees, which is pretty amazing to be fair on a 7900X, which is a warm CPU generally. And obviously this is cinebench, so it's worst case scenario. Then dropped it down to 50%, and it's barely inaudible. It's currently running at 50% now in the background, and I can barely hear it. It's like tiny whir in the background. It is so quiet, and very, very good. And again, it only hit like 81 on the package, which is obviously always the highest reading, and like 76, 77 on the CPU. It didn't get any higher throughout the rest of the test either. So it did an absolutely fantastic job, and we're still hitting 5.1 on most of the cores, pretty much all of them I believe. So we've not really lost any performance at all, really. Very, very small amount, and still doing a very good job of keeping it cool. And like I said before, in gaming you're not going to get this sort of CPU load generally. Obviously it depends on the game, but generally you're going to be hitting the GPU a lot harder than the CPU, so it's not going to be a problem at all. So that's it, guys, really. I'm not sure of the current price at the moment. I will be linking this in the description below, and I'll give you all the details to Be Quiet's website and everything like that, so you can have a look at all the specs if you need to know more about it and things like that. Like I say, I'm not entirely sure of the prices I have been given them, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll either pin them in a comment or I'll link them out as well, for you to see. But I think this one's around 160, I want to say, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But again, I will link you in. But it is absolutely fantastic cooler. It's doing a great job, and that isn't just because I'm a Be Quiet fan. Obviously I am wearing their jumper, and I've been working with them for quite some time, but if something's bad I will say it's bad, and so far Be Quiet don't really make bad products that I've seen so far, to be honest with you. What else can I say, really? Fantastic products generally, and this is no difference. Absolutely amazing. So if you're looking for a high performance 360 AIO cooler, I can definitely recommend this. It's going to have longevity as well, being able to refill it as well. Obviously the pump can still die, but you can top it off as well if you need to. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you an insight into this cooler and whether you want to buy it or not. I personally would say yes if you're looking for a cooler around that sort of price range, then this is definitely one to think about, for sure. It does a very, very good job. But like I say, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you have any comments or questions, leave those in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Great to see you guys. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Goodbye.